We are officially live. Welcome to the starting point. This is the place to be if you are ready to get started, if you're just starting, if you're thinking about starting. Here we talk about three things: purpose, passion, and profit. And I'm so excited as your host to be taking you through on this journey. This has been a long time coming. So I've been planning this podcast. I've been thinking about this podcast for probably 6 months now, and I've done versions of it, but I'm so excited to be actually starting. First thing is, who is Rodna? Who am I? I am a personal development and mindset coach. I am an entrepreneur, and I am just really passionate about helping people get started to do the things that they enjoy to do, and not only just start doing it as a side hustle, because there's this thing about you have to be in a job that you don't necessarily like, and then the thing that you like to do, your passion or your purpose, is like a side hustle because you can't make money from it. We're dispelling that, and we're really going after the things that we enjoy to do, the things that we're called to do, the things that we should be doing, and turning that into some sort of profit or a business and making an income from that, because the two shouldn't be separate. You can't have your real life and then your fantasy life or the dream life that you dream about here that you do nothing with, focusing on reality. That's the purpose of this podcast. We are aligning our purpose, our passion, to make profit. And I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to share my journey in all of this and where I am, because I'm not stating that I've arrived. I have not arrived by any standard. However, I have had some lessons along the way of this journey, and I'm excited to build a community of people who are like-minded, people who want to grow, who want to get started or develop themselves further into their purpose or their passion, really identifying what that thing is, what they enjoy doing, and doing more of it. A short life, regardless of whether you live up until 90 or 100, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of time, and that time is not guaranteed. So why are we wasting our time doing the things that we don't enjoy, the things that we think we should be doing, the things that don't necessarily bring us much joy, because that's what we think we're supposed to do? Actually, how about we flip that on the head a bit and we start looking within and really identifying, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? What am I here on earth to do? Because I believe everybody has an assignment here on earth. Everybody has a purpose, a reason for existing. And when we can align ourselves and get ourselves aligned to that mission, that assignment, and that purpose, profit has to come. I always say, there is a vision, but there's also a provision for the vision. But if you have no vision, provision's not going to come. So that's like a little snippet of everything that we're going to be talking about. I will be posting weekly podcasts. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe I have got a podcast. And it's a big deal for me. So I'm just going to celebrate for a hot second. So this first episode is just an introduction, introducing myself, introducing some of the things that we're talking about. We'll be talking about how to identify your purpose in life. What is purpose? This has become such a hot topic, like people wanting to uncover or unlock or unleash their potential, their purpose. Like, what even is that? We'll be identifying how to start walking in it. And we'll also be looking at our passions. What are we good at? What do we like doing? What do we enjoy doing? And how to do more of that. And then we'll be looking at how to monetize those things, how to make money from the things that we do. There is money out there in this world. Nobody can tell me there's no money. There is money out there. It's just trying to figure out how to package yourself, because you are a brand in yourself, how to market your product or your service, and how to put yourself out there. Because believe me, there is someone out there who wants to buy what you're selling, who wants to buy your product or your service, but it's just how to make it look good and how to present yourself whilst you're doing it. Like, people buy elastic bands. People have made multi-million-dollar businesses from elastic bands, like silly things. There are people that are making money from hair clips. People are making money from water, selling bottled water. So regardless of whether you like to bake, you like to cook, you like art, whatever it is, I paid money for this painting right here. Like, I paid money for that. So whatever it is that you think is just a side hustle or is a hobby or it's something that people won't pay you for, that is not true. There is the world of the media. There is the world of YouTube. There are people that are making money. Like, I saw on YouTube the other day, there were people that were selling, he was recording himself mowing the lawn, and he had hundreds and thousands of views. Hundreds and thousands of views means that his page was monetized, which means that he was getting money for mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. That was something that he enjoyed. He was passionate about that. He decided to record it, and other people who are also passionate about that decided to watch him and get some sort of satisfaction from watching each other mow the lawn, and he gets paid for that. There are people who are playing games all day, all night, and they're getting paid for it. So that's the purpose of this podcast, is to really tune in, identify our passions, identify our purpose, and then do the work, brand ourselves nicely, that we may be able to get a profit from the things that we were born to do, the things that we enjoy doing, and the things that just bring us more joy. And we're going to do more of that. Life is short. Life is very short. I guess a bit about me. I made a decision some time back, and I took a career break because up until that point, I was always doing things that other people wanted me to do, or things that I was supposed to be doing. So I had to go to school, I had to get good grades, and I did. I went to school, went to college, got my grades, and I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. Cool. Lovely. Went to one of the best universities at that time in England. Absolutely smashed it. I wanted to be a lawyer. Like, I've always got married at the age I was supposed to get married, had my kids at the age I was supposed to have my kids. And if you're listening to this, this is me being sarcastic, because there is a thing where you're supposed to. I did all of that, and then one day I was looking at my life and I was like, whose life is this? Whose life is this? I felt very unfulfilled, unaccomplished, and I felt like there was a lot more within me that I wasn't even scratching the surface, or I wasn't tapping into. I spent 6 months in and ahhing, trying to decide, okay, what am I going to do? There was just something missing. There was something that I was supposed to be doing, but I was going to this job, which I loved. Like, it was a good job, and it was like, I have a good life. But I was just I wasn't following my purpose. I wasn't accomplishing any of my passions. I was quite literally a shell, going to work, coming back home, looking after my kids. And there was no excitement. There was no spark. It was just business as usual. And I woke up one morning and I said, this can't be life. This can't be it. This can't be me for the next 40, 50, 60 years. I can't do that. So I decided I was going to go on a career break and really take time to identify my passions, my purpose, and make money whilst I'm doing it. So this is where the starting point was birthed, because I went through my own journey. Now I have a little bit of gems, and we're going to bring people on the podcast who have started something, who have identified their passions, who have identified their purpose, and they're walking in it. Now, one thing about me is I don't strive for perfection ever. One of my main mottos is I am building as I fly. I'm building the plane as I'm flying. Not everything is going to be polished, and I'm so purposeful about that non-polished look. There is a world that tells you that everything has to be perfect, everything has to be a certain way, it has to glitter, it has to be glamoured. But I don't want that. I want real life. I want the unpolished, unedited version of things. Yes, we have to have a certain quality of things, but actually I love to see the behind the scenes of things. I want to see how people have done it. I don't just want the success story. I want to know how you got to that point. How did you identify your passions? How did you identify your purpose? And then what? What was the stuff that you wouldn't tell anybody? What was the stuff that went wrong? That's what I want to know. Don't just tell me that you're successful now. How did you get there? So I, as the host, will be interviewing people. And I'm a really great host, by the way. I'm a coach by nature. So I spend a lot of my time asking people questions and helping people get to their results. So I ask really cool questions. So we're going to have some people on this platform, and we're going to be asking them questions and really wanting to know, how did you do it? What went well? What didn't go well? What were the lessons learned? What would you do differently? And what advice would you give to people who are behind you? One of the reasons for me starting the starting point is there is always a starting point. There are humble beginnings. Everybody has a humble beginning, and we are not going to shy away from our humble beginnings. This is my humble beginning, right? This is me starting my first episode on my first podcast, but I don't believe this is just the beginning. Like, there is only up from here. I'm not striving for perfection. You're not striving for perfection. And we're just going to get started whilst it's messy, get started whilst you don't have the complete picture, but we're starting. And that's the most important thing. For all you, my listeners, who are going to be on this journey with me, let's embrace the messy, the not knowing the next step, but having fun in the process. I think one thing that I've learned in this creative space and in this creative process, having been in school and employment all my life, when I took my career break, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? There's nobody to tell me what to do. And I felt like a painter who had just been given a paintbrush for the first time. And I was like, okay, I'm in control now. Like, I'm the CEO of my life. And I began to start drawing and mapping out what it is that I want to do for the first time in my life. And you guys are going to go through that in your own lives as well, as we go through the journey, as I ask you questions, as we think about things, as we process things. This is a journey. It's not a sprint. This is a journey, and I'm super excited to be started on here. So welcome to the starting point. You are gonna love it here. And I'm very excited to even just be starting on the starting point. This is my starting point, and I look forward to building a community of people who are also getting started, who are trying to unlock and uncover their passions and their purpose, and along the way trying to make profit in the things that you love to do, the things that you enjoy doing, and the things that you're called to do. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the place to be. We are here at the starting point. Thank you for joining me on the starting point. Your dreams are not just ideas meant to live in your head. They deserve to become reality. As we end today's episode, take a moment to reflect on your journey and the incredible potential within you. What are you committing to do this week? As always, stay tuned for more helpful and inspiring tips. Your dreams are calling, and it's time to answer. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep doing, and always remember, the real journey begins at the starting point.